Ya da 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 ya da da dum. Ya da 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 ya da 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 ya da dum. Ay ya da ya da ya da da ya da da. Ay ya da 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 ya ay ay ay. Yai dai dai dai, yai dai dai dai, yai dai 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 dai, ya dai dai dai, ay ay ay, ay ya dai, yai dai dai, yai dai 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 dai, ay ay, yai dai 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 dai, ay ay ay. Yai dai dai dai, yai dai dai dai, yai dai dai dai, yai 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 yai, ay yai yai, ay ya dai, yai dai dai, yai dai 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 dai, ay ya, ay yai yai dai dai dai, yai dai dai dai. Yai dai dai dai, yai dai dai dum. Yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai dai dai, yai dai dai. Yai dai dai, yai dai dai. Yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai 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 dum. Yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai dai. Yai dai dai. Yai dai dai. Yai dai 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 dum. Yai dai. Yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai dai. Yai dai dai dai, yai dai dai dai, yai dai dai dai, yai dai dai, ya ba bye, yai yai. Good morning, Boker Tov. Okay, I don't know what that was. It's good to be back with you this morning. Day 2 as the life of a new school, a kindergartner continues. This morning was nice and smooth. In fact, he got on the bus and I had to tell him to look back so I could take a picture. So that was great. Less anxiety, less panic, less stress, happy, and off he went. I wouldn't say that it's erased the stress level or the nervousness, but it was much more manageable today, and he really loves being at the bus stop with the other kids. I think the commotion of the morning and waiting for the bus to get here feels fun in some way to him, which is great. So here we are. A little bit of wisdom, a little bit of connection. We are not so very far away from Rosh Hashanah. It's kind of crazy to even think that summer's over, but it's not over yet for me. I'm still holding on to it. But the fact that we are approaching that which is new. But what really is new? We need to finish reading. We need to finish learning this annual cycle of Torah reading so that when we arrive at Simchat Torah after the High Holy Days, we'll be truly ready to add another layer in our understanding as we restart. So in this week's Torah reading, Ki Tetzei, it contains more mitzvot than any other portion in the Torah. It contains more mitzvot than any other portion in the Torah. 70 different mitzvot. At first glance, the laws seem like a scattered list. Returning lost property, building a safe roof on your house, caring for vulnerable members of society, paying workers fairly, treating animals with compassion, but it's kind of listed. But when we step back and we look at the larger pattern of how it's laid out, the Torah is teaching us to find holiness in what is the ordinary days of life, ordinary details in our regular days. We have this responsibility beyond ourselves. One of the first teachings in this reading, in this Torah portion, is about returning lost objects. You shall not see, it says, you shall not see your fellow's ox or sheep gone astray and ignore them. You shall surely return them to your fellow. It reminds me of, I don't know how many of you have Ring cameras, but on the Ring app, my Ring app tells me, yes, who's coming to my driveway or who's in my backyard or who's at my front door. But on the Ring app itself, this dog has gone astray. This cat, did you see a coyote? All of these kind of things. But it's a way of saying, I didn't go and find your dog, but I saw the dog. If anybody knows whose dog this is, it's on the corner of X and Y. But Torah tells us that if you saw it, you should do something about it. The Hebrew literally says, you are not permitted to hide yourself. You can't pretend not to notice, is what it's saying. Can't look away and say, that's not my problem. Because it's all weaved together. It is our problem. This commandment, though, is not just about livestock. It's about cultivating this sense of responsibility for what belongs to others, for their well-being, and even for the things that may have dropped or forgotten along the way. If they forgot something or whatever it is, here is your action training. It says, hey, wait a second, notice. Notice what's happening and see if you could do something to make it better for the other person. Because there's everyday holiness in it. The portion goes on to extend this kind of logic in other ways, in other places, in other corners of life. If you build a house, make sure the roof is safe and no one falls. If you see a person or an animal struggling under a heavy load, don't walk away, help lift it up. Don't take advantage of the poor or delay wages to treat and to be sure to treat your workers with dignity. Protect the vulnerable, the stranger, the orphan, the widow. But what unites all of these mitzvot, all of these commandments that we're told, is the idea that our daily action, even the small ones, shape the kind of society that we live in. Every interaction is an opportunity to choose kindness, justice, care, from ancient commandments to modern life. You might be thinking, I mean, not us, because we are who we are. You wouldn't be showing up here if you were some different kind of person. But we know in our world, it's easy to feel overwhelmed by this magnitude of suffering, or assuming that someone else will take the responsibility. Like, I have too much on my plate. I can't be bothered, or it's too much. Somebody else will worry about it. This week's Parshat Ki Teitzei reminds us that holiness is not about solving everything at once, but rather taking responsibility where we can. Returning not just lost objects, but lost dignity, lost hope, lost belonging. Building fences in our lives, safeguarding so that others don't fall through the cracks. Paying attention to those who are overlooked, speaking up when voices are silenced. These are easy. They don't have to be all involved. They don't have to be taking away from our own lives. In fact, they will enhance our lives if we decide to take action. Even the mitzvah of, it says, even the mitzvah of sending away the mother bird before taking the eggs teaches us that compassion extends even to the natural world. I don't know if you've heard that. You can't take the eggs out of the nest if the mother's there. Well, first of all, duh, who would do that? But it's to send away the mother bird before taking. Don't see that. We don't want you to see that. If we are to live as God's people, then we have to train our hearts to feel, to notice, and to respond. Our call in Elul, our call is easy. It's to say, prepare yourself. It's to say, I invite you to reflect personally on questions like, where in my life have I looked away when I could have stepped in? Who in my circle needs me to notice their struggle? Where could I lift a burden up? As we go through this day, as we go through this week, as we go toward Shabbat, where can we do these things? Where can we turn toward? Where can we lift up? Where can we step in? We are reminded that a holy life is not built on gestures that are grandiose. Rather, it's the small ones that matter. Consistent choices that help us care for ourselves and for others. Together, the small choices weave a community of love and compassion, of peace and companionship. And that's where we are. That's who we are. That's where we need to be. And the only way to do that is to do it together. Life is crazy. The world we live in is even crazier. But small, simple acts. Where can I help make your life better? Where can I lift it up? Where can I step in? Where can I, for the sake of all of us, do better? And we can. And we do. And we will continue to do so. Just like showing up here. Geneva and Suze, Linda, Elisa, Lita, and Deb. Whoa, look at that. Beautiful souls that come together to be together as one holy family. We are one human family, one heart of abundant love. We love you, and we know that we'll see you back here. Guess when? Tomorrow morning, of course, at 9:30. Let's continue our connection. Let's continue to do the work of the world as we approach the high holy days together. Oh, and Mrs. Broccolione couldn't be. This is it. It's a power team checking in on my kindergartner this morning, like only the best kindergarten teacher in the world would do. Have a great day, everybody. I'm Israel Chai. We will live together. Achat sha'alti me'et Adonai ota vakesh. Achat sha'alti me'et Adonai ota vakesh. Shivti beveit Adonai כל ימי חיי, לחזות בנועם, בנועם אדוני, ולבקר בחלום. Have a great day, everybody. I'm going to post Ellis's shofar video directly after this live. Have a great day.